Hello everybody, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you guys some tips and tricks regarding how to keep an ecosphere healthy and consistent. To start, I need to lay some foundation regarding how an ecosphere runs. The main point of closed ecospheres is to be self-sustaining and eventually wind down. To put it simply, the main necessities and certain chemical compounds required for life will no longer be freely available to the microorganisms within the jar, since there is no weather or other conditions inside the ecosphere to produce them. In contrast, if these microorganisms were in the wild, they would have access to any resource they could possibly need. This is because the earth replenishes chemicals and resources all the time, and this is through the ocean, land, and weather conditions. For example, wind and rain always mixes and returns nutrients throughout the world, and evaporation also plays a role in the spread and replenishment of nutrients. In the ecosphere, however, the health of the microorganisms depends on the water and living conditions. Algae and microorganisms' growth are the two main factors that can throw off the balance of the water chemistry within the ecosphere. This is because if there is more algae in the water, the pH will rise, and the microorganisms will eventually die because of this. And if the microorganisms grow too large, they will not have a sufficient amount of food to support themselves, and they'll eventually die. Because of this, it's important to provide just the right amount of light to support the ecosphere. If the tank is speckled with algae but isn't completely covered, as you can see here, it's safe to say that the microorganisms inside will survive. However, do not let the amount of algae grow past this amount, or the chemical balance of the water will change, which in turn will harm and potentially kill your microorganisms. And here are just some close-up shots of the algae within my ecosphere. As you can see, there's not too much algae, but there's just enough that it covers large portions of the glass, but you can still see quite a bit of the water. But you should aim to have this amount of plant buildup within the ecosphere, as this will allow enough oxygen to be produced to support the microorganisms living inside. Well, that pretty much concludes this video. I do have a second part to it, which focuses more on a specific list of to-dos and not-to-dos that you should follow when maintaining an ecosphere, so if you're interested, make sure to watch that as well. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. Thanks for watching.